Hello everyone and welcome back. After my super long hiatus from this channel, I am going to start a new series today of making good performing Need for Speed Unbound cars, or at least good performing for that car. So today we are going to start with a very underrated vehicle that I haven't seen too many people use in the game. And if I can find it in my list here, there we go. And we are going to do the Mazda RX-8 Spirit R for B class. So if you take a look at the engine here, you actually start out with the one that's equipped. So the stock engine is the Wankel, the 1.3 liter. So for the parts, we go in, we have the Elite induction, the Elite ECU, the super fuel system, the stock exhaust, the stock turbo, so it's naturally aspirated, the Pro NOS, Elite Road suspension, the stock brakes, which are Pro, the Elite grip tires, the Elite clutch, the lowest sport gearbox, and the Elite differential. You could go with the smaller differential if you want, so long as you can get your handling to where it needs to go. Also going along with grip NOS and drift in the super varieties. So this is a bit of a different build because it is built for drift. If you'll see, it's set for 50% drift with the steering sensitivity all the way up and the downforce 2 off of the highest, with brake tap drift entry and no traction control. This build right here is way better than you think it's going to be. It's a little squirrely in the races, but it can beat the Pista and B class, as I've done a few times with this car. It has a higher top speed, so if you can get ahead and stay ahead, you're good to go. But the Pista can still beat you if it's a decent enough driver. Hopefully they'll fix that issue soon and the Pista won't be in B class anymore. Alright, so let's try this thing out in a race or two and see how we do. Alright. Looks like I'm going up against a Mustang Fox body and a 180 SX. Yep. So, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I can pull it out. That Fox body, if it's tuned right, is a killer rocket of a car. And I plan on doing a video on that one as well, also for B class. Because it is a heck of a car if you tune it right. Right now, looks like at the moment I'm pulling away. Gotta watch out for those cars right there. Hit this little bridgey bridge. So at the moment it looks like my car is tuned way better than anything those guys are using. So I don't know if he just doesn't have that Fox body tuned right or what, but that thing can be a rocket if it is tuned right, even in B class. But like I said, I'll do a video on that one later. Right now, we're going to focus on this pretty little RX-8 right here that is very drifty. But as you can see, it will also make corners without drifting if you tell it to. But most of the time, I just tell it to drift the corner. Because it just keeps your speed going faster unless you do something like that. Sometimes you do have to let off the accelerator when you're in that drift, otherwise you're going to turn too much into the drift and go in a direction you don't want to go. For the most part though, this thing feels solid and it's pretty easy to control. And that right there, I did not let off of any accelerator coming out of that one. That was just pure drift all the way through. Sometimes when that bridge jumps up like that, you have to drift that corner instead of turn into it. But yeah, I just smoked those guys. Hopefully they both stay. Hopefully they don't quit. Wow, the Fox body was in last. I am shocked by that one. Usually the 180SX is not a good car for anything that I've found. But I haven't played around with it a whole lot yet, so I'll have to test that one out myself. Alright, this one, there's some straightaways in it, so they might catch me in the straightaways because this car... That was weird. This car does top out at 129 to 131, and it does it pretty quickly. And a lot of the other builds in B class will have a higher top speed, but the good news is you can get up to your top speed really quick, and because you're drifting the corners and you don't have to take huge drifts around it, you're usually going faster through the corner than the grip builds in B class anyway. But this is one of those stretches. As you can see, they're slowly catching up to me if you look at how many yards behind me they are. And it'll continue down this stretch right here until we get into more corners again. But something just happened because I just gained a whole lot of speed, so I don't know if they crashed into a wall or what. So as you notice there, I was able to get it up to 133 on the rev bang, so the NOS and the burst NOS will still... Oh, that van just messed me up. Will still push you up and give you extra speed. So if you get it, use it. There's no point conserving it because it will get you the couple extra miles per hour you want or need. But yeah, that van slowed me up and now they're starting to catch up. But hopefully I can stay in the lead. And you have to let off a little bit out of it right there because it starts to spin you into your drift a little more than you want. Because you definitely don't want to turn around and do a 180. But yeah, you can see I'm starting to pull away down this stretch right here. And then I'm going to come around this corner. And that was all drift. I didn't let off the accelerator at all. And this is the final straightaway. Again, you can see it does not take much time to hit that top speed. And there I am. Here is the end right here. So as you can see, I am approaching my top speed already. So like I said, it has a low top speed. But did you see that beautiful drift right there? I didn't have to slow down for that corner. I just took it straight through. Now when you drift corners, a lot of times, especially this race, it is good. A good idea and good practice to use your burst NOS coming out of it. Because a couple of reasons, it'll help give you a little bit more speed coming out of it. And two, it'll help straighten you out if you're starting to go all crooked and your drift is becoming uncontrolled. It'll help out with that. Burst NOS and with this drift build is your best friend. You got to be careful though when you come around ones like that because you don't want to hit that divider or anything for that matter, because if you lose the drift, you do have to get back up to speed. And while it doesn't take long, it can slow you way down just enough for people to catch up. It's also very easy to micro drift with this build if that's something you're good at. And that's it. I didn't lose one race. I won all three. These guys were like what, 4 seconds behind me? Oh, 7 seconds on that one. Yeah. So that Fox body was not tuned very well. I think the next video I'll do will be the Fox body. So that's going to do it for this video today. Thanks for checking it out. I hope this one helps you out, and I hope you get a lot of wins using this build. Take it easy, y'all. Later.